Well, it's been quite the war of words between US President Donald Trump and former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. The President calling our ex-PM a weak leader in response to an interview in which Turnbull described the President as chaotic, rude, abusive and erratic. Now, overnight, Turnbull has doubled down, saying leaders must stand up to bullies.
With the deadline looming for Australia's exemption from Trump's tariffs, some are concerned the joust could have doomed the precarious agreement. For more, we're joined by journalists Suze Mostyn and Joe Hildebrand. Good morning to you guys. Suze, first up, Trump's made a point of going after his dissenters. Could Australia cop a blow from this exchange in the form of tariffs? What are you thinking?
Laz, I don't think it'll do our cause any good. But having said that, look, this is just a clash of two egos. They are two bulls, Turnbull and bully Trump. And you know, the bully Trump actually loves a whipping boy. Doesn't matter what country you're from. And he is going to put in those tariffs. And the people that will really suffer are his own voters. So let's see how that plays out. But the thing about Trump, he was a reality show star on The Apprentice for 14 years. He loves drama, theatre, being a gladiator. And you know, or an emperor rather, watching gladiators fight with lions, and he's doing that on the world stage. This is reality politics. Get it right, not realpolitik.
Joe, do we reckon Anthony Albanese is picking up the phone to Mr Turnbull and going, "Hey mate, can you just
shut up? Like, just shut. Like, what's the point of it? What is the point of it? This is the thing. So I always think, and this is a true story, in the 1990s, Matt Lauer of the Today Show, his career did so well, American Today Show, to be very clear, interviewed Donald Trump after Princess Diana's death, all right? Lot to take in there, right? And Donald Trump said, yeah, I think it's a real shame that the princess died because I would have really liked to have dated her. And Matt Lauer, and when Matt Lauer is giving you PR advice, it pays to listen, right? Matt Lauer says, Donald, even when you think something like that, do you ever think to yourself, just don't say it? Just don't say it. And it's that advice is to Malcolm Turnbull. Why would you say that? Like, we all know that. That's not a particularly insightful thing to say. We know that Trump is chaotic. We know he can be rude. We know he can be abusive. We know he can be a bully. But
Joe,
how does that benefit people?
It was ego, Joe, wasn't it? It was come in spinner.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
He does this all the time, Trump, on Truth Social.
Well, and ex-prime ministers do it as well.
It's reaction.
As soon as you ask an ex-prime minister for their opinion on anything, they
will give it.
Yes, I'll tell you whatever you want.
They will give it, yeah.
And again, like, we all know that, Malcolm. We all know, but the point is we are trying to get exemptions to tariffs that will hurt Australian steel workers who are in a bit of trouble at the moment, incidentally, in case you haven't noticed.
And the whole of Canada. The whole of Canada.
And Canada's looking all right, though. I like the new guy they've got, but that's another story.
We'll see.
Anyway, I don't think that your Trump impersonation is helping the cause, Joe.
No, that's true. You should hear my Liam Neeson.
Yeah. All right, moving on. And Gen Z workers have taken up a new workplace trend known as task masking. It involves moving quickly through the office, typing very loudly and looking stressed all of the time. Anything to make them appear busy enough to appease the bosses. Joe, I see this happening around our office all of the time.
I've been doing it for 30 years.
Is this a new fact? Has this been happening since sort of
No,
offices?
it's been happening since time began. Everyone knows. You want people to leave you alone, just carry a clipboard and look kind of vaguely cross. I have a different theory, which is that if they can't see you, they can't fire you. And so you're just always everywhere all the time. And people think, where's Joe? Where's Joe? He's never here. He must be flat out.
Busy.
Out working. Suze, it's part of a generational pushback against losing working from home privileges, apparently. How can we get young people back on board with working in the office again?
You know what, Carls? I actually don't think, much as Joe thinks we do, that we need to push all young people back out of working from home and into an office. Not everybody needs to be the centre of attention at work. A lot of people don't like the communal thing. They like to have their own space. They're not extroverts. They don't want to be pushed into doing, you know, the must-do birthday cake, 12 in a year. They're introverts. They want to be at home. They're much more productive. They can save costs on commute, on petrol, on unreliable public transport. Look at what we've just gone through in Sydney. So I think we have to treat people as not an amorphous mass, but as individuals. And people with disabilities, they do a fantastic job from home. The same with people who are introverts. They just beaver away. They're not masking. They're not LARPing and doing this whole George Costanza thing that we all used to do. LARPing, it's what's it an acronym for? It means you're pretending to work when you're not.
Is it if you're laughing while you're playing ping pong? Laughing?
Not laughing, laughing.
Stick around. Joe and Suze are staying with us. Donald Trump will be back as well as we discuss a comedy club going viral for banning a very specific group from attending shows.